What's up, y'all? It's your girl J Renee for Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. Today I have the honor of talking to someone that I think is really dope. You know what I mean? I think you're gonna agree. I am speaking with Chairman Shaka Zulu. All right, he's gonna tell you a little bit about himself, but we're gonna have a great conversation, and I hope that y'all enjoy it. But how you doing, Shaka?
All power to the people. I'm doing well, sister. Thank you for having me on this wonderful, amazing program.
All right, 100%. We appreciate that. So let's jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you from.
Okay, well, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I was born and raised here. I'm a revolutionary. I've been functioning as a revolutionary ever since I became political a few years ago, probably 20 years ago in the enemy prison here in the city of Newark. Since I came home in January, January 2019, I've been in the streets building up what we call in the revolutionary movement, dual and contending power. That is building base areas of social, cultural, and political power for the people. Our food programs, our housing assistance programs, our political education, martial arts, all those things that give people basis from which they could believe in themselves and begin to marshal their energy to fight for our freedom and liberation.
Okay, that's dope. We're going to get more into that. So you said that you came home January 2019. First, let me say welcome home. You know, we're glad that you're on this side of the G-Wall. You feel me?
Thank you, sister. All power to the people.
All right, so how long were you incarcerated?
I was incarcerated almost 21 years. I got arrested December the 14th of 1999.
Okay, so that's a long bid, you know what I mean? What was some of the things that kept you motivated through that time?
The primary thing that kept me motivated, and I'm sure other revolutionaries in an enemy prison will speak to that, is the belief that the masses of the people, our people, will free us. Our people will stand up and fight back against the oppression, the exploitation, the humiliation that we go through on a constant basis. And revolutionaries in the prison, not only do they look towards the outside for that inspiration and guidance, but around them, they surround themselves with comrades that are optimistic. You have to be optimistic if you're a freedom fighter, because the world is shaped and conditioned to spew nothing but negativity, nothing but hatred, nothing but garbage. And to fight against that, you need to be in the company of some comrades or revolutionaries that feel the same way that you feel, that share the same ideological principles.
Right.
You know, so that's what sustained me. This idea that as long as I continue to resist, the possibility opens up for me to be free one day. But if I give in, then I become a slave.
Right. Well, damn, you said that. Hey, what can you say? You right, bro. That's some great advice. Thank you for sharing it. So, when it comes to the NABPP, when did you create that? Like, when did that come about? And, like, what made that have to be something? You know, like, what made you create it?
All power to the people. Well, the New African Black Panther Party was founded by myself, a comrade, Rashid, who is no longer with us in the organization, and Tom Big Warrior Watts.
Okay.
We founded the New African Black Panther Party as a continuation of the original Black Panther Party. We saw a need, we saw the opportunity, and we saw the space in the 2000s to really rekindle the spirit and fire of Pantherism. And so we began to talk to people. We talked to political prisoners. I talked myself to Russell Maroon Schultz, who I sent the letter, Suniati Akoli, and on Rashid's part, he was able to communicate with Jalil Muti King and some other comrades. And they sort of sanctioned or gave us approval to move in that direction because our practice was showing that we were true and serious about eradicating the gang-on-gang mentality, the exploitation and robbery that we do to one another in the prison system by heightening and raising people's consciousness to this idea that we're all victims.
Right.
You know, and if we continue to go against each other, we're only perpetuating our own genocide, self-genocide, while the enemy who is responsible for these prisons is living hog to hog. He's safe from any kind of threat.
Right.
You know, so the New African Black Panther Party stepped into a void where we began to, sister, in a short period of time, radicalize a lot of minds in prisons across the country. And we suffered for that. I suffered, Rashid suffered, and Tom suffered by way of finances.
Right.
You know, the New African Black Panther Party developed in the prison system as a continuation of the original Black Panther Party that was founded by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale.
Okay. Well, dang, bro, you out there doing it. You know, we need more like you and those, you know, your comrades that are like you, because it's a fight. It's a marathon. I always tell people it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know what I mean? So your ability to have some collective minds and spread the message is really dope. And we appreciate you for that. 100%.
All power to the people. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me a little bit more about the UPM.
Okay. The UPM was founded first as the New African Service Organization within the prison system.
Okay.
Because we recognized and understood that not everyone will become cadre or revolutionary leaders 24/7.
Right.
So we wanted to create and open up space for people that had a burning desire, that had some need to get out there and do something in the community. And so the United Panther Movement is a mass-based organization. It's an umbrella. It's open to tens of millions of people.
Right.
All they have to do is agree on our 10-point program and our 7 rules. So we want to bring everybody, whether you black, white, indigenous, Indian, into the revolution.
Right.
We believe that all of us suffer on a macro level the same kind of oppression, although it is intense when it comes to African people.
Right.
Because we have always been at the bottom of this racist Babylonian society. But when you look at Latino people, they suffer from bad housing, bad education, unable to get jobs, unable to get access to good medical science.
Right.
Just like we do.
Right.
And so does our Indian brothers, or our indigenous brothers and sisters.
Right.
So those are some of the things that we can agree on with other ethnic groups, these macro issues, you know, and that will enable us to leverage a collective power that will get some of our demands met by the people, as opposed to individually trying to get things done when the enemy can easily isolate the black revolution by simply playing a race game and having other ethnic groups contend and fight with us.
Right.
Which they do in the prison system. You know how they get down, they play the Aryan Nation.
Right.
Against,
of course.
the black revolutionaries.
Right.
Although the Aryan Nation willingly cooperate in the murder of black prisoners. They are agents of the prison system.
Right.
And for the most part, we need to form a collective working response to national oppression in all communities, and the United Panther Movement gives us that ability.
Okay, thank you. And it do. That's what's up, bruh. You got me you got my mind just, you know what I mean? I'm sure anybody that's listening, we hear you loud and clear, you know what I mean? So my mind is just racing. I'm sure everybody else's is. So this leads me to my next question. So what does the future hold? What does the future hold when it comes to the UPM and the NABPP?
Well, we are, thank you for that question. And I certainly want to answer this to the fullest of my possibility. Because a lot of people out there would like to know, and I want to be as transparent as possible.
Right.
We are in the rebuilding stages of the New African Black Panther Party as a result of our organization being split. Like I mentioned earlier, Rashid left for his own particular reasons, and he wrote why he left. We don't find it valuable or valid, but he gave his reasons why he left, and that's okay. We wish him well. But the United Panther movement is growing. Okay. We have comrades in Texas. We have comrades in Connecticut. We have comrades in New York. We have comrades here in Newark, New Jersey. And what we're doing is nationalizing our political work. So you see cats in New York and Connecticut and Texas serving the people, have a food program set up, have a medical program set up, have a cop watch program set up, or a pig watch program set up. Okay. And this is being replicated across the country. Right. So if we stick to our ideological and political principles, our moral compass as revolutionary leaders, the possibilities for the Panther Revolution is endless. So we out here, we're going to make a big move within the next month. And I would ask that all comrades pay attention because we would ask that they replicate this same action we will be taking within the next month to get our brothers and sisters some housing. Okay. So the possibilities are endless.
For sure. And it's always endless when we work together. That's why they don't want us to work together, because that's when we're the most powerful. That's why they keep trying to keep the division. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean.
All power to the people. No, you're right. Any little trick or device that the ruling class, the enemy power, can use to divide the people, they will use it. Yep. They don't simply need a dollar bill. Right. They can use their media to paint you in the most negative, dirtiest light possible. Yep. And if that don't work, then they'll set you up on a bogus charge. Yep. Throw you in the enemy prison. And if that don't work, they'll shoot you down in the street. Right. And we do most of our brothers and sisters when these pigs who are occupying our community pull out their guns. Right. You know, but the best thing for us is to develop an inside-outside working kind of situation. We need comrades in the prison system to work with the revolutionaries on the outside. Right. I know there was some discussion as to whether I still supported our brothers and sisters in the inside because I've been functioning as a revolution on the outside. Well, let me say unambiguously that we had a program within the New African Black Panther Party that directly reached into the prisons, hoping to stir up and transform criminal mentalities into revolutionary mentalities so they could come to the community and be an asset and not toxic to our people's struggle. So we have been working diligently to reach into the prisons, and hopefully they understand and they are receptive to this idea that we have to work together, the inside and the outside and the inside, because all of us are a part of this great grand fight for liberation. Right. You're right, brother. You're right, brother. And I think they definitely going to see more and more. So tell the people how they can learn more about you and your organizations and how they can get in contact. All power to the people. Thank you for that, comrade. I got you, bro. They can certainly, if you are in the tri-state area, they certainly see us on a day-to-day basis. Our work in the streets, and they know how to reach us. But let me iterate it for the wider audience. You can meet the New African Black Panther Party, or write to the New African Black Panther Party at 373 Alkaline Express. Alkaline is ALKHALINE Express, Newark, New Jersey, 07106. All you have to do is put New African Black Panther Party or United Panther Movement on that. For those comrades that have access to my voice, you can reach me on Facebook at the United Panther Movement. NABPP, Zulu Sharad, my personal page, and on Instagram at NABPP, United Panther Movement, and on Zulu Sharad at my personal page.
Okay. Well, thank you for that info, bro. Y'all make sure y'all connect with him and y'all check out what he's got going on. Bro, I want to thank you. I feel like this is the first of many conversations. You know what I mean?
To the people. And I certainly feel that way too. And I hope that in the coming days and weeks, we can build a revolutionary relationship with you, and vicariously it can extend into the prisons where they can, especially your husband and others, can see that they have a real, genuine, organic, militant, revolutionary voice, uncompromising, and fighting on behalf of them and all oppressed people.
Exactly. 100%, bro. Like I said, we appreciate you. We definitely going to get this work done, you know. So, power to the people.
Oh, power to the people, sister. Thank you for having me on this wonderful, wonderful program.
For sure. All right, y'all. It's your girl, J. Renee with Prison Ride Radio. Peace.